What's up, guys? We're back with another recap / rant to talk about the Falcons versus the Panthers, man. And I told y'all. People tried to come at me last week talking about, oh, why are you talking about how we won? Why are you talking about how we scored? Zach Robinson coached up a good game. You got other Falcons fans making videos saying, oh, the Falcons mad because Bijan had a good game. No, I told y'all last week, Bijan Robinson bailed out our offensive coordinator for playing and coordinating an absolute trash game. This game, by the way, the computer's right here, so I'm looking right here. The Falcons lost 30-0 in Carolina, one of the biggest blowouts since 2014. I remember that game when they had Cam Newton and stuff like that. And then we ended up beating them later on when they came down here. Last year, I told y'all, Bryce Young, when he goes against us and when he's comfortable, he's a dog. He's just like Baker Mayfield. When they go off, they go off. When they're trash, they're trash. Bryce Young, 30-0, even though our defense played great, we lost this game because we have a terrible offensive coordinator. I told y'all, we won the game by 5 field goals last week. Our offense was trash, and they only scored 9 points, the Vikings. And guess what? Their defense was hurt, and we still didn't freaking score no points. As far as touchdowns, I think we got, one touchdown? The rest of them were field goals. Absolutely trash. Now you come to Carolina thinking, oh, shoot, we won the game last week. Let us do the same freaking stupid play calling like it's going to work this week. By the way, Young Cool was released a few days ago. The Romo dude came in. He missed 2 field goals. But that first one, by the way, that first missed field goal was the most weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, that was how the ball was going. It looked like the ball got yanked or something like that. That jump threw me off. I'm looking like, whoa. That was the weirdest field goal I've ever seen in my life. The first one, I don't blame him. I don't know what the freak that was. You know, a lot of people say a lot of stuff about the field goal kick footballs, but if there was any video where somebody can break down, it's definitely that one. But the second one, it was just a miss wide left. The other one was wide right, the first one. But this game, I told y'all, dudes was in the comment section saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. I need to hush about Zach Robinson. No. Last week, we went against a beat-up, injured defense. Bijan Robinson had a great game. Yes, he did. Great. But that does not mean that our offensive coordinator coached a good game. The dude was absolutely trash last week. It was terrible. 5 field goals, Bijan Robinson goes off. So he thinks he's going to do the same thing this week, and they was all over it. He was even throwing it to him in the freaking pass game. And the defense read it. They sniffed it out. This is why it's important to develop a young quarterback, because I told y'all this is exactly what they're going to do. Every single time. This is what our OT does. Bijan. Just like last year. I don't know if he was our coordinator last year or not. It seemed like the same stuff to me. Same pistol play. Going to outside, going to left side. Bijan. I understand Bijan Robinson has a whole bunch of the most 100-yard plus scrimmage games about any running back right now. I get it. I understand he's a dog. Like I said, I respect him. I know I said some wild stuff last year, but as a fan, you cannot be one-dimensional. Yes, he's a star player, but not every single time he's going to be able to do what he did in every single game. And, we're going to just win the game. Look at Christian McCaffrey. Look at this. Look at that. You have to have people around you. And a young quarterback like Michael Penix, guess what happened? You know what? We're going to run this offense through Bijan Robinson. So Bijan. The second Bijan gets stopped, now Michael Penix like, oh, shoot. They didn't let me pass the ball that much this season. What should I do? He don't have his receivers going. You know what I'm saying? Drake London, he was 5 for 55. Darnell Mooney was 4 for 44. Crazy how that works out. Darnell Mooney, this was his worst game I've ever seen him in my life. Darnell Mooney, I don't know what the frick that was. Dude looked like he was up all night. I don't know what the freak is going on, man. I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, let me just go ahead and give you some stats real quick. Michael Penix, 18 for 36, 172 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Like I said, terrible play calling. Kirk Cousins even came in toward the end of the game, 5 for 7, 29 yards. No touchdowns, no picks. Bijan Robinson, 13 carries for 72 yards, 5.5. Like I said, Bijan, he's a great player. But if you have that as your whole offense, and then everybody just expecting the Bijan to do everything, and when he doesn't, when you actually have to game plan and call a good game plan, we look like we didn't know what the freak we was doing. That's why we didn't have no points this game. So I don't know why people last week was saying, oh, he did a great job. No, he didn't. Bijan just had a great game. So By the way, Nathan Carter towards the end of the game, he had 7 carries, 46 yards. Tyler Algier only had 1 carry this game. The defense, in my opinion, even though the score says 30-0, the defense did a great job. In my opinion, I think they. I looked and then starting the second half, Bryce Young only had 98 passing yards. I don't know if it was the second half or the second quarter, but just like I told y'all in week 1 with Baker Mayfield, they didn't have like no passing yards until like the second quarter. You know what I'm saying? So the defense did what they needed to do. We held them. Special teams did a good job for a minute. And then it comes up to the offense to make plays. We're going for it. We fail. We do this. We do that. Put defense in a bad position. Okay, they kick a field goal. By the way, Michael Penix threw a pick 6, and he should have threw another pick 6. I'm not going to say he should have. I don't know what the freak Dory Jackson was doing, bro. Yo, I've never seen a dude have a clear lane for a pick 6. He was running straight. The man ran backwards for no reason. That jump tripped me out. I don't know if the coach told him not to score. I don't know if they were trying to run the clock. I don't know what that was, the whole NFL. But there is no way he shouldn't have had a pick 6. I don't know what the freak he was thinking. I don't know if he was trying to get a highlight and juke the quarterback and stiff arm him. But what the freak was that man doing, by the way? But anyway, let's go down to see what else happened in this game. But I told y'all, man, Bijan Robinson, 5 catches, 39 yards. So just think about that. They tried to run with him. They tried to pass with him. They tried to make him every single thing in the offense, and it did not work. And David Stills came in. He made a nice catch. Charlie Warner, Michael Penix threw a little hospital passes this game. But the offense was absolutely freaking trash, man. And if it was my opinion, this is how the depth chart would be. Michael Penix, obviously. Bijan Robinson, cool. Or you can argue Bijan can be the special guy. Let Tyler start. Like I always said, even I said that last week. Bijan Robinson is a great player. But the more everybody knows they're a great player, the more you would they'll game plan for him. I would have Drake London on the outside. I would have Nick Nash coming from the practice squad. The dude was the number 1 receiver last year in college. The dude should be playing. And I would have Ray, not Darnell Mooney, in the slot. Or you can have the other guy that did pretty good last week or the week before or whatever. And that's how I would run this Falcons offense. And I would not be running pistol for every single run play. I would have a fullback in there, and I would have him do the zone run, go on the outside. If I'm trying to go with the middle, I won't go with Bijan. I will go with Tyler, go with the middle. Go on the outside with Bijan so we can juke. And Bijan, I told you about the dang cleats, bro. Week 1, you had the metal cleats. You was able to juke, you didn't fall. Now you went back to the rubber cleats, and now you falling all over the place. Everybody in their mama was following this game. So I don't know what that's about. But like I said, we got to continue to actually call good plays. You cannot think that every game is going to be the same. Our defense is going to have everything. You think about it, even if the defense, say if the Panthers only had a field goal this game, we had 0. There's no way you can be like, oh, the defense did the defense. No, the defense did their part. The offense put the defense in bad field position, and they tried their hardest to stop them. And that's exactly what the freak happened. And now you got the Falcons having 0 points because they did that same stupid stuff last week. And then they got everybody hyped. And they got Zach Robinson like, oh, shoot, bro, I can get away with it. You know what I'm saying? You know what? My name's Zach Robinson. Let's give the Bijan Robinson. So let's have the fans talking about, oh, Robinson. Let's go, freaking 9-5, bro. All that bull crap they be talking about. Man, get the freak up out of here, man. Listen, he's a great player. We do not have an offensive coordinator. He is not a good offensive coordinator. I'm going to put it like that. So y'all coming at me talking about, oh, yeah, Bijan, man. Listen, I get it. He's a dog. Great. I'm 100% with that. But when the entire offense is around him, that's how you lose games. Once you stop him, it's over with, bro. Thank you. That's all I want to put out there. So I ain't trying to hear none of that other stuff. I'm glad we can have that debate. We can have that conversation. That's cool. Anyway, on the defense, Xavier Watts, he had the most tackles for us this game. Kaden Ellis, the dude had a sack. Jesse Bates been kind of quiet this season. I ain't gonna lie. But we only had 1 sack this game. Other than that, like I said, Romo missed them 2 field goals. When you go to Bryce Young, 16 for 24, 121 yards. Shilba Hobart, 17 for 73, average 4.3. That man Rico, the running backs, Bryce Young had a rushing touchdown to start the game. You just can't let people get that momentum, man. You can't let that Oh shoot, you know what? They don't have no offense. Oh shoot, they doing this. They giving us good field position. They doing that. They doing this. Even the special team giving us good field position, we still can't do nothing. So that's the problem that we got to look out for. McMillan, he made a couple of good catches. The rookie for the Panthers, he had 3 receptions, 48 yards. Tommy Tremble, you know what I'm saying? All these guys, y'all probably don't even know besides McMillan, Tremble, Tremaine, Sanders, Mitchell, Evans. Hunter Renfro, the only one I really know as far as like, okay, and obviously McMillan because he's a rookie. But these guys are, you don't know what the freak is going on. Who the freak are these guys? You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, I don't know what y'all want us to do or what you want me to say, but I said it last week. I don't know why y'all thought last week was a great offensive call. And even the commentator this game, oh, Zach Robinson doing a great job, do underneath. Michael Penix is not Brandon Whedon, bro. He doesn't need to do this underneath stuff. If you go watch his college highlights, the dude is throwing the ball down the field. The dude is throwing the ball to freak down the field. He can do a little, you know what I'm saying, a little movement, but for the most part, he's a strong arm quarterback, bro. All that dinking and dunking, that is so easy to get picked off. If you notice, most of Michael Penix's picks in the NFL have been from short to medium passes, you know, or like literally short passes. The pick 6 with a short pass going to Bijan because they already knew, oh, nobody's open. Bijan. So what did they do? Watch Bijan. Going to the middle of the field. Bijan. Everything. Bijan. Of course, that's why we didn't score any points. So it's simple. As an NFL fan, as a person that's played football before, as a person that obviously, you know, we play Madden, we do this, all that other stuff. Anybody could have seen this coming. Anybody could have seen it coming. They've been talking about Bijan the whole week. They've been talking about a field goal kicker the whole week. They've been talking about everybody, but you know what I'm saying? Oh, the Falcons is a real threat. Yo, this is the first time I've ever seen the media hype us up before this game, and I just was like, I don't know what the freak y'all talking about. Like, I know Penix is the dog. I'm happy about Penix. I know Bijan is the dog. But as far as saying, oh, our offense is freaking amazing. Yes, we have talent, but our coordinator is not putting that talent to use. I feel like week 1, we spread the ball around nice. Week 2, we could have did better. But as far as the play calling itself needs to be fixed, it's too basic, it's too worn down, it's too predictable. I could have literally called the defense for the Panthers game, and I probably would have had the same amount. I'm telling y'all, it's simple. Like as a fan and looking at this, there is no. I don't understand how people can really be like, yo, this man called a great game every single game this year so far. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know how y'all can do that, man. So, but shout out to the Panthers, even though obviously they're a rival. I don't mess with them, you know what I'm saying? I don't, whatever. But I will say that I wasn't the guy sleeping on Bryce Young. I already know what he's capable of. And it seemed like every single time, you know, at the end of the year, the Panthers always find a way to knock us out of the playoffs or some weird stuff going on. And like last year, even though we lost that game where the Saints won or something like that, one of them games somebody won or the Buccaneers won, and we would have lost anyway, but we still end up losing the game. So you can't really sleep on Bryce Young. You can't sleep on Baker Mayfield. You can't sleep on none of them because something like this will happen. And by the way this game is going, when we're going to get Spencer Rattler, this same stuff can happen, man. So until the offense starts scoring touchdowns, until we stop being one-dimensional, we're going to keep losing games. And that's just crazy as that. We got lucky last week, in my opinion, because the other team was injured. Bijan had a great game, good stuff to him. And our defense took advantage of a situation where it was they quarterback's third or second game or something like that. So I don't know, man. I want us to get better. I want us to spread the ball around. I want us to continue to play great defense like we're doing. Even though, like I said, the score, you may think, oh, the defense is trash. If you look at the game, the defense played their butt off. So 30-0. The 0 is the main thing. We got to score points. And that's as simple as that. How are you supposed to win if you don't score? So, yeah. So even if we made both of the field goals, it would have been, 6-30. Or, you know what I'm saying? Because of the pick 6 and the field position, all this other stuff. Come on. So, let me know what y'all think. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. The Buccaneers are 3-0. We are 1-2. And we got to do something about it, man. Am I saying something wrong? Y'all gonna come at me for literally speaking facts? If I told y'all this week and I'm seeing it this week, let me know what y'all think. If Zach Robinson called a good game for you, I don't know what to say about that. So anything else? I think that's it, bro. I think that's it. Next week we have a home game. Bijan, yeah, I said everything, bro. That's it. We got to do better. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, man. I'm out.